Gentlemen, welcome back once again to the AJS TV channel's Aston Villa away in the Carabao Cup at Wycombe Wanderers. We're at the glorious Adams Park Stadium. I just realised I'm on the wrong screen. Hello. We're in the waiting room on YouTube. We're live on YouTube and TikTok for this. We'll go through the lineups of both teams. If you're watching this live, you're watching this in the future, hello. Hopefully Aston Villa have won and you're not here to make fun of the Villa boys. Elsewhere, we got several games that I'll try and keep an eye on, including Chelsea at home to Barrow, Man City, who already lead 1-0 against Watford, and Walsall against Leicester are the other three Carabao Cup fixtures. We'll go, like I said, we'll do the lineups of both teams. Hello to everybody. Like I said, I'm live on both YouTube and TikTok, AJS TV. As expected, it is a very much changed Villa lineup. I don't think anybody expected otherwise. Joe Gauchi in goal. Ian Matson, Swinkles, Bogard playing centre-back. And Nedeljkovic is the back four. A very, very much changed and young backline. Onana and Barkley is a pivot with Young on one wing, Bailey on the other. Emi Buendia is the shadow striker behind John Duran. Like I said, lots of youth today. Caden Young, I think this is his first start, 18 years old. I don't think he started for the senior team before, so this will be a very interesting game for him. We'll go through as well the Wycombe side, and just to get a full grasp on how they line up this evening. So they play a 3-4-3. With Ravizoli in goal, Skura, Lowe, and Hartridge. Actually, no, believe it or not, Alex Hartridge. He played for Exeter City at centre back. So that's a genuine player I do recognise. But that is a Chelsea goal as well, which I'll get to as well. They lead 1-0. Patterson, Scowen, Butcher, and Bakinson is their midfield three. And their front three is Wheeler, Labala, and Sadlier. Is this David Wheeler? It is David. I know two of their players. David Wheeler. Another former Exeter player, so weird. Chelsea lead 1-0 through a goal. Nkuku is the goal scorer 8 minutes in. So yeah, I mean, no surprises there. Chelsea and Man City winning their home games. Hello. Hello to Joe. What's good, mate? What's good? Brian's also joined. I didn't mean to shout you out there. I thought you messaged. I won't be in today as I'm watching it. Are you doing the talking after? Probably, yeah. I might do a chat after, see how Villa fans think. Just everything in general about the game. Feel free to come in, or anyone in general. So Villa, like I said in my last stream, Villa started the season very well. I'm very happy with that. Even the Arsenal game that we lost, and that was very frustrating and sad because we arguably dominated that game. At least had the biggest chances of said game, and we lost. But it still hasn't affected us, and we've won every game since. Leicester, a 2-1 away win. Everton, with 2-0 down, still won. Young boys, we battered them. Could have been 4 or 5. We had two ridiculous disallowed goals. And with the most recent one being Wolves, with a not disallowed goal. The fact that we went a goal down and still came back. So back-to-back Premier League games are coming from at least a goal down. And then, very dominant performances. We've won, what is that? Now 5 in 6 in all competitions, which is incredible. And we probably should win again today, I'd imagine. How you doing, AK? What's good? Martial Cook, he will indeed, mate. And Icefort Aston Villa says, come on, Villa. I appreciate your support. Guys, do double tap the screen. It does help the algorithm, as always. And, I mean, it'll always be appreciated by me. I'm also live on YouTube, AJS TV. All the overlays and stuff for the game today are going to be shown. I'm just waiting for everything to load up properly. But they'll be displayed. Going to see Martial play Sunday and Cook Panathinaikos. I always say that name wrong. Panathinaikos on his debut. I'm sure he'll cook, mate. I'm sure he will. I hope you enjoy the game. I'll keep an eye out. For how well you do. I think there'll be a tad bit of pressure on Martial for him to succeed because of his recent years at Man United. So I think he'll do well personally. A hat-trick expected. So the Villa stream, I mean, Villa are not far away from kicking off, but they still have cricket being shown on Sky Sports HD. So I might go to Sky Sports Football if they got anything already. Oh, the players are coming out. Villa in the away kit. Come on, you Villa boys. Let's get a a nice easy win today with the backup team. Just please for once, be just a simple game for Villa to win. It never is. It never is on this channel, but I want it to be a nice game for Villa, something that we can actually, build. I want to see more of these, backup players get confidence. I want to build. When I say build upon this game, I want Unai Emery to be more confident to play some of these players in bigger games. If they play well tonight, there's going to be more. I think more chance of them playing in the Champions League, or maybe playing for half an hour off the bench, or maybe starting some games. Bogard playing today says a lot, but he's got Bogard and Nedeljkovic both playing. They've both played at right back for Villa. Bogard in centre back though this evening. Gauchi in goal. No Olsen. I like to see another keeper other than Emmy being used. We're not far from kicking off Villa till I die. George says up the Villa. Martial is shocking, says Lukester. And clean sheet 3-0 minimum. In our eyes, he's still 2015 prime, not going to lie. Fair enough, mate. I mean, I think Martial will do well in Greece. I've said it before. I'll say it again. I do think he will do very well there. But yeah, we shall see. Score predictions. Yeah, give me your score predictions in the comments. I would appreciate it, guys. Score predictions in. Do let me know what you think. I'm going for a 2-0 Villa. I've seen a few people today put bets on John Duran getting 2 goals. And a yellow card. That's like a huge bet this evening. Lord of the Ming says, how are you, mate? How you doing, bro? And Asan says, shot on the Villa, 1-0 Wycombe. Keen Villa fans will notice that we actually did play Wycombe. I think it was an FA Cup game or a League Cup game a few years ago. I only remember because we didn't beat them, we drew, and it was Micah Richards' last goal for Villa. It was a terribly scuffed shot in the corner. And it just encapsulated very well how shite we were. Over the a 2-3 year span, we were awful. even when we got relegated, right? And in the first year in the Championship, the first 12 games under a new manager, we won 1. And yeah, we were terrible. Have your cheeks recovered from the wedding food yet? That food was very good, man. I enjoyed it. And Lord of the Rings says, God, this is throwing me back to Michael Richards. Yeah, exactly. I think we wore a white kit then as well. Or was it? No, it was the yellow. I think it was a yellow kit that day. But yeah, score. I reckon 2-0 Villa. Yeah, we're playing Wycombe Wanderers, AK Vision. I think it's a League One outfit. 2 divisions below Aston Villa, and that's why it's a very much changed Villa team today. And yeah, I'm hoping for a nice, simple win for the backup team. Nothing silly. A clean sheet would be great. How you doing, Flapcap, as well? Yeah, just an easy win. It'll never go that way. Villa never make anything easy. But I'm just hoping. Huge potential for players like Caden Young to start well today. And I remember it was, Cameron Archer not that long ago when he got his start against Barrow. He got a hat-trick, I think. And suddenly all the Villa fans and, a lot of eyes in the Premier League were on Archer, and now we play for Southampton. So you got to take these opportunities when you get them. And we are underway at Adams Park. Come on, you Villa boys! Get into him today. Come on. The Villa fans are singing in the corner. Caden Young, can you cook, my friend? João Felix found his level at Chelsea game today. Has he scored? I know Nkunku made it 1-0. I'll have to keep my eye on other scores elsewhere. Barkley and Duran ruin Wycombe. Guys, do you reckon Duran will get a goal today? That's the question. Joel says he's a Wycombe fan. Come on, Wycombe. What do you think the score will be today? Early chance for Duran, maybe. Duran! Oh, pokes it wide within 30 seconds. John Duran probably should have made it 1-0 already. He's been put through on goal there. Oh, Duran should score, Duran actually should score that. He's in on goal within 30 seconds of the game. Duran drags it wide. But it is a warning missile for Wycombe. It's a warning mistake, you know. Duran hat-trick, it's happening, said Lord of the Rings. And it's 2-0 Chelsea. He's got an assist. Oh, nice. Your mate is at the game. 2-1 Wycombe, says Joel. Lukester reckons that Duran will get 3. Well, he very easily could have got 1 there today. Already inside the first 30 seconds. Barkley and Duran. And yes, Duran is a great player for me, says Nath Talks Football. Just seen the replays of the Chelsea goal. Gusto cross. Lovely back heel. Lovely back heel. Could be a very long evening for Barrow. Already 2-0 down inside 10 minutes. I suspect a bit of... What was that from Flat Cat for some reason? I expect a bit of a route maker. Maybe. A route, sorry. Not a route. I think definitely in that Chelsea game. I think if we get an early goal here, it could be the same. The commentators just mentioned, Caden Young, it is his debut. I did think so. He's 18. I know he's floated around the bench for Villa a few times, but he's definitely never started before until today. Here come Villa on the break on the right. Good pass into Onana, gets a 1-2. Barkley now involved. He's also starting, I think, his first game maybe. Good ball. John Duran on an angle. Gets a corner for Villa. Come on. Very good early start for Villa. Duran does well there. A good pass into him. I don't think he controls the ball very well initially, but he gets a good corner out of that. Come on, John. Come on, Villa. Alfie says up the Villa and the score. The score is 0-0. They've only just kicked off. However, Duran probably should have made it 1-0 inside the first minute with a shot that went wide. Best club in the league, says Harry. As well, up the Villa from you. Villa take it short. Cross towards the far post. It's a good ball. Young. Duran goes down. Villa wants something. I don't think anything's going to be given them, unfortunately. Oh, that's a good pass forward. And there could be an opportunity here for Labala. He's on his own. And he shoots, and Joe Gauchi makes a save. I mean, he had to do everything on his own there, in all fairness. And Onana's actually down for Villa right now, which is frustrating. Bailey running at a League One defence. Could be a long night for that fullback, I tell you. Say fullback's a wingback, it's Bakinson. So Bakinson and Hartridge might have to double up on Bailey all evening, which I imagine is not very fun. How you doing, Biffer? As he says, up the Villa with an Irish flag. Come on, the Villa. You can let me know, actually. I apparently, obviously, it's quite common for people from Ireland to support Man United and Liverpool, right? But I've heard there's a large contingent of Irish Villa fans. Obviously, Paul McGrath is one of the best Villa defenders, probably the best Villa defender of all time. Him being Irish probably does help with that a little bit. But you can let me know. How big is like the Irish Villa fan community? I keep seeing on places like Twitter and Facebook, like Villa fans with like an Irish flag in their name, or an Irish name like Dara or something like that. But I've heard it before that there's like a contingent of Irish Villa fans. It's good to see. So I just want to have some inside knowledge. Shade says, give them 15 minutes, they'll score. I reckon we'll get one within that time. And Jaggy says, Inverness Thistle FC, a new fan-owned community club. Well, nothing to do with what we're talking about, but congrats, I guess. Massive, mate. I was over for the Everton game. Oh, cheers. Cheers for letting me know. Yeah, like I said, I keep seeing it a lot, and it's good to see. It is, at least I think it is good to see fans from all over. Good pass from the right, intercepted. Vicious Beta says, when your team's doing well, these matches are actually important. See what else the squad have to offer. Thank you. I was saying that as well. It gives Unai Emery as well the impetus to maybe play some of these players more in bigger games. If they do well in games like this, they get rewarded, right? Say Nedeljkovic plays really well today, or Bogard, or even Caden Young. Say he does really well. He might get more of a say in the squad, or other teams might look at him. Like I said, I used Cameron Archer as an example. Someone who played in the cup against Barrow, got a hat-trick. I think he also played a handful of other games as well in the cup. Did really well, and eventually got his loan move to Sheffield United and his full move to Southampton, where he plays every week. So like you can use these kind of games for your career almost. Villa had several Irish internationals in the 80s and 90s. My family are Anglo-Irish and we're all villains. That's lovely to hear, genuinely. Up the Irish Villa. Your first name is Dara. Nice, man. A Brum full of Irish descendants. That's true, actually. Yeah, it is. I mean, Jack Grealish is one of them, technically. I know that probably won't be happy news to talk about with some Villa fans who are Irish. I mean, that's like a double backstab almost when he left Villa for Man City. But he is unfortunately an example. I gotta say, there's a decent chance there for. I think it was Sadler cut inside, then another and another, and went for a goal. Simple save in the end, but twisted and turned. Nedeljkovic a little bit there, got the shot away. Wasn't a lot in the shot, but could have gone anywhere. Could have caused trouble. Paul says still running a great watch along. AJ, thank you, Paul. Always fair comments and analysis. Always enjoy celebrations. Keep up the good work. Mate, I always look forward to reading your comments because you always say something nice. So thank you very much as always, Paul. And yeah, Staunton, of course. Vicious beater. Do you prefer... Oh, sorry, I'm missing some comments. Like I said, I'm live on both YouTube and TikTok. Feel free to watch on whatever platform you feel like. AJS TV. You can follow on both if you want to be nice. Luis asked, do you prefer getting to the UCL semi-final or winning the Prem? I mean, I would rather win trophies, right? So even if it was... you could make this an even harder thing to ask, right? And say, Conference League semi-final... not Conference League semi-final. Conference League winner or Premier League top 4. I would say Conference League winner. I want to win trophies. People will remember trophies. People don't remember who got top 4 20 years ago. People remember who won the league that year and who got Golden Boot maybe. But people, they remember the winners. They don't remember who lost, you know? So for that reason, I think you got to celebrate trophies. Trophies are what football's about, you know? McGinn has Scottish, Irish roots. I mean, he played for Burning as well, so yeah, I'm not surprised. I'm a Villa fan because of Daly and Atkinson. Mate, as nobody in my family followed football in Ireland. Oh, unlucky. But that's cool, though. I mean, Atkinson is iconic. All bad pass in midfield. And it's once again, it's Labala on his own for Wycombe. That's a good pass, but Maatsen has to watch him all the way and does really well. And that is a goal kick for Wycombe, but that could have been a lot worse. Sadlier and Wheeler, thankfully, were no longer in the picture, and it was just Labala. And the pass from Labala, I think, was this actually trying to be towards Wheeler? But Maatsen was always going to cover it, yeah. Maatsen was there and very well defended the opportunity. Smashkin, I don't even know what to say for your name, mate, to be honest. I'll call you Smash. How you doing, mate? Flatcat says Ray Houghton, Tony Cascarino, God of course. Yeah, exactly. God of course. Also, I apologize for the viewers on YouTube. I forgot entirely to make sure these overlays were better. There you go. You got your lineup now. Hopefully that will show. Still not working. Bear with me. That is the stats. There we go. The Villa lineup. I just need to slightly edit it, but do bear with me. Goodness me. I need to sort this out properly at some point. Oh man, my eyes are itchy. I've not been feeling very well recently. I've been ill the last few days, so apologies for me trying to do everything, and I'm gonna be sniffling a lot in the stream, so yeah. Do apologise for all that. I don't know why this overlay is being really funny. I don't really understand what's gone on recently with all this. This was perfect not that long ago. There we go. We've got some stats now on screen. I just need to fix the lineup. But yeah, for you stat enjoyers, there you go. Like I said, I'm live on YouTube, AJS TV. Oh, for goodness sake. Uh, I don't know how I've got this so horribly wrong. I really don't get it. Alright, I'm gonna have to delete that and just use this one. There we go. So we've got stat. Apparently, they've given Gauchi a high rating so far because he's made like one save. It's very reactive stats. Yeah, they're giving Duran a 5.5 because he missed a big chance. Um, it's a very reactive stats page, but it is what it is. Staunton, McGrath, Townsend, Houghton playing for Villa 90s from the Irish team. That's true. That is very true. A little bit before my time, but I appreciate it nonetheless. Ball into Duran, and the flag does go up. I thought the flag was going to go up before that. Like I said, apologies for just ignoring chat for just a little bit there. I had to sort out an overlay issue, which is still not 100% annoyingly, but yeah. Do apologise for that. There we go. It's a bit better. Cool. Yeah, let me know. Who's your favourite Villa player? I'd love to ask this question. Who's your favourite of all time? Because I always get different answers, and you can always tell what period people are from, right? Because like Paul McGrath is a big one, obviously, because people call him literal god. You know, some people say Peter With because you know he got probably the biggest goal in the club's history, and there are several answers you can give. Love to know what you guys think. It has to be God, says Flapcap, and remember, if you get married, it has to be with. Tay Barker asked where's Philogene. Philogene, well, you would have expected him to play today, but he's not starting. He is, I think, on the bench now. He's not. Shit, where is Philogene? Yeah, Philogene is not in the squad. That's it. That is a very good point. I forgot to mention that. Very keen eye you've got there. I have no idea, but you would expect him to have appeared today, but he's not in the squad, which is very fascinating, to say the very least. But yeah, 13 minutes gone here. Wycombe 0, Aston Villa 0. I will say not a great deal has happened in this game so far, other than Duran's early opportunities. I need to read some of these comments as Chelsea get a third goal. It's a free kick, and I gotta say this is gonna be a very long evening for Barrow. 3-0, João Felix, a goal and an assist now. Just reading the chat. Gauchi needs minutes. Not a bad second team, to be fair. I mean, it's not bad. I think it could be a little bit better, but it's not terrible. AH64 says going for a 3-0. Galaxy reckons we'll win 3-1. And Flatcat says, as a team, watching McGrath play was an eye-opener. Apparently, he didn't really train a great deal, but would always put in 100% in games. Like, he wasn't like the most professional, some will say, but it didn't really matter because when it came to game time, he would always put in everything. And that's what obviously people care about. John Carew, I mean, growing up for me, I was like, 8, 9, 10 when he was playing for Aston Villa. So he was like Carew played for Villa when I first started watching football. So he'll always have a special place in my heart. John Carew, Stuart Downing, Ashley Young, James Milner, a slight bit of Gareth Barry before he went to Manchester City, obviously. But that was my early era into the sport. Best player you've seen is Hitzelsberger or Melberg. And Flatcat says, cool, calm, and slightly wobbly on his feet. I once ran into him at half time. He had a pint in his hand. Free kick comes in for Wycombe, well caught by Joe Gauchi. I don't have a link. I'm watching it on Sky Sports Football today, but if people want to provide one, I'll post it in the chat. Flatcat says we couldn't train, turned up at 14:45 in his kit, played a blinder. Yeah, exactly. That's just how it was with him. Like, he was a different breed, but he was unbelievable. He'd always turn up, and yeah, I mean, I've heard amazing stories from him, and not just at Villa, at Man United as well. he's also quite held in high regard over there too. But yeah, as it is 0-0 between Wycombe and Aston Villa. Guys, if you're on TikTok, please do double tap the screen. I'd very much appreciate your support. And any follows to the channel will be appreciated too. If you're on YouTube, any likes and subs will obviously always be appreciated. I am doing pretty much every Villa game this season. I'll be live especially, and I can't wait for Villa against Bayern Munich very, very soon, as well as Villa against Ipswich Town at the weekend. I mean, a bit of a difference between Ipswich and Bayern, but nonetheless, I'll be live for both. Jay says Blue Army. Are you a Wycombe fan, Jay? Or what team? I'm guessing you are because you've come into this stream. But if not, what team do you support? If you're a Wycombe fan, what do you reckon, or how do you reckon this game will pan out? I mean, taking Villa to 90 minutes, I think would be like the main goal for Wycombe, I imagine. But they've started well. I mean, they're not making it too easy for Villa so far. They've had a few chances of their own, a little bit on the counter attack. I'll give them credit where it's due. I'll give it, yeah. I'll give credit where it's due. 3-0 for Chelsea, like I said. 1-0 City still, and it's Walsall 0, Leicester 0. I'll keep an eye on all those scores as they come in. I did have the Villa. There we go. Got the lineup back on screen now. Chance of Villa cross from the right for Villa intercepted. Looking for John Duran. Cleared away. Yeah. I will say I think they've been a bit harsh on Duran so far. 5.5 is, early into a game. I think it's a harsh rating. Cross from the right for Young. Hooked in by Buendia. Good headed clearance away. Lots of defensive players back for Wycombe, which I'm sure not many people are surprised with. It's going to be a very defensive performance from them. I'm loving how we have our own team bus now. I mean, that's fantastic, isn't it? Drop shot. And Tebaka, I am, mate. I am indeed. Flapcat says he has he was very humble. Oh, talking about, Paul, very humble man. And Smash says, I live less than 20 miles from you, AJ. We're probably talking to... There's a funny comment. Unfortunately, though, for you, I do have a partner. I have done for 2 years. So 2 years ago, probably. But yeah, before that, no, we're all since then, sorry, we're all probably not. John Duran Satoshino. I'm presuming you're Colombian because the flag's in your name. We love him over here, honestly. John Duran's a top player. Top player. I think he'll do very well for both club and country. I can see him honestly carrying Colombia in maybe the Copa America, the next tournament, or I think if he gets to play, every game, start every game for Colombia, I think he'll do well. It's a shame that James Rodriguez getting on a bit because I feel like if Duran and James played together with James, James on his prime, I think it could have been very dangerous. After the stream today, if people are interested, I might be doing getting some guests on to have a chat. Like I said, you can come on YouTube to watch overlays, and if YouTube after the game, if you want to come to TikTok and have a chat about the game, you can always do that. I invite you on the live. We'll have like a 3-4 minute conversation maybe. If it's very good, could last longer than that. But yeah, we talk about anything to do with Villa. I think the last guest I was on about actually didn't watch the game, but wanted to talk about Villa in general for the season. And yeah, I thought that was a very productive conversation. I remember Lee Hendry being really good when I saw him. I actually watched Lee Hendry play for a non-league team about, how many years? About 10, 11 years ago. They played for my local non-league team, which is quite funny to see. But he was, at Villa, he was a top player. Top player. Aston Villa's best, Duran, number 9. He's quality, mate. I love him. I love him. I hope he has a steady head at Villa because he seems to at least last season had a little bit of an attitude and would constantly like black out his Instagram and there'd be a number of occasions where he'd probably have a falling out with Unai Emery about not starting games and not playing many games. So I just need him to keep a level head and just consistently perform when asked upon. Hendry married the Blues boss's daughter. I didn't know that, actually. HH asks, is Villa going to win? I hope so. I mean, it's 0-0 so far, 21 minutes into the game. And Villa have had mainly all the ball. Just no real end product as of right now. And Flapcap, I think you're probably right. I have no idea myself. Joel says, Chairboys with eye roll. Well, I think you can be a very happy Chairboy right now, to be honest, because you're doing all right. You created a few chances with Labala, and I've watched David Wheeler in person a few times, and he's a good player. So yeah, it's great. I get League 1, League 2 knowledge based on like where parts of my family live in the country. It's fantastic. Like every year, I'll watch a few games in League 1. So I get to actually scope out the league. I get to see players before people talk about them, like mainstream. Like I saw Ivan Toney and Ollie Watkins before either of them were like in the mainstream. And I love that. I love that about League 1 football. Oh, man. Yeah, we've played 22 and a half minutes. Still 0-0. And I'll keep an eye on all the scores elsewhere. I mean, the Chelsea game, I'll tell you what the score is of Chelsea throughout today, but I mean, that game is basically over. It's 2-0 Man City now. With a goal. Well, first one was scored by Doku. Just waiting to see who scored the second. I think it's Nunes. Yeah, Nunes. He doesn't really play often for City, but he does score today. Just seeing the City goal now, actually, on TV. Rico Lewis into Nunes. It's a good strike. Right in the near post. Well, that's already two teams that look like they're going through. Buendia, first goal, I think. Who do you think will score? I think Villa will score first. I think Villa will win the game. I don't actually think we'll concede a goal today. I hope that doesn't age badly. But yeah, securing the coin. I'm not sure what you're on about, mate. I wish I could secure coins these days. I tell you. Nedeljkovic goes backwards into Bogard. Into Onana. Twists away from Butcher. It's a good ball, actually. Villa trying to keep it nice and tidy. Short passes, nothing too direct so early on in this game. Onana clips the ball across the left-hand side now. Here's Swinkles. Oh, looking for Duran. Might get there. Duran round the keeper. Puts it over. Good ball from Swinkles into Duran. Duran actually does really well to go round Ravizoli. And, I mean, he's on an angle. Maybe he could... I think he wanted to be fouled, really. And the keeper never really committed. He allowed Duran almost to skip past him because of the angle was so acute. But there's not really an opportunity for Duran to, in my opinion, to hit the target from there. But he still went for it, and it went wide of the post. Duran's just missed a couple of chances, to be honest. Duran went one-on-one within the first 30 seconds and put it wide. And since then, I think he's missed another two. I mean, we're still early into this game, but yeah. You missed an open net away at Wycombe last season. But yeah, Duran's had like 3 shots on goal now, I think, and all 3 have not really done anything or gone anywhere. If you just bear with me, actually, I can remove one of these overlays because I don't think dangerous attacks needs to be included, to be quite honest. And same with corners. But yeah, Villa have done okay. I think a goal is probably going to come soon. I mean, you really would hope it would, because the longer this game goes on, I think the harder it is. Wycombe are going to just drop deeper and deeper. So I hope it's not going to be a night of missed chances, but I doubt it. Good flick on from Duran into Buendia. Looks like a foul there. Ref doesn't actually give anything. Barkley plays on. Is the ref still not going to give... He's given a foul the other way. Are you insane? Buendia is in the ear of the referee right now. Why is he giving a foul the other way? He doesn't give Villa a free kick with Buendia, and then Buendia's still arguing the referee. He's going to get himself a yellow if he's not careful here, Emmy. Sorting out his captaincy armband. I don't know if that's whether to show the referee that he's the captain and he can chat. I don't know how that's not a foul, in fairness. And then to give a foul the other way is whatever. How you doing, Medford? We're playing Wycombe Wanderers in the Carabao Cup. Like I said, it's not going to be as easy as what people think because it's a very much changed side, but we still should win today. And so far it's been, well, it's not been a Chelsea Barrow game. That's all I'm going to say. That game's already 3-0. Which says when was the last time Villa lost to small clubs like this? It's Stevenage, yeah. Stevenage was the last team to beat Villa that you wouldn't expect Villa to lose. It's probably the best way I'll word that. That was, how was that, 3 years ago? We lost 2-1 at home to Stevenage. That was with Robin Olsen in goal, who didn't make a single save against a League 2 opposition. They did get promoted that year, in fairness. So you could say League 2, but I think they possibly even won the league. Well, I know they definitely got auto promotion. But yeah. You lost to Barrow on penalties. Oh dear. Well, you could have played Chelsea then. Unless, wait, no, am I an idiot? Did you mean you lost to Barrow this season or in the past you lost to Barrow? And you said no, they didn't win the league. I mean, they got promoted. I couldn't tell if they won the league. Up the Blues. Shit on the Villa says Braden. You do play in League 1, but up the sure. Aren't you already out? I swear Blues are already out of this competition. I might need to VAR check that. I swear to God, Birmingham City are already out by the time that we enter the competition before they're even like able to draw Villa. I swear to God. Yeah, a different ball number. Ah. And yes, this season says Wisp. Oh dear. You're not great, is what I'll say. You're kind of shite for that. You don't really have a lot of excuse. Although Villa could lose this today, and then suddenly you can laugh at me. Your squad is still in League 1. Medford said I predict 5-0. John Durand 5 goals. I mean, I'd love that. Maybe we get one and the floodgates open and Villa can start cooking. But I don't know. A very high press on Wycombe that Villa play out of with Emi Buendia, and that should be a foul. Referee has once again not given Villa a free kick for a foul on Buendia. Does this referee just not like Buendia? I don't know if like an Argentine like shagged his missus or something, but Buendia has been chopped down twice like a tree. It right in front of him, and both times he's not given Villa anything. Villa do have a goal kick though, half an hour in. Yeah, Villa Tilladise, I don't think he likes it. It's unbelievable. He's literally been fouled twice. And I swear to God, it's because it's Emi Buendia. There's no way. The referee for today is, yeah, it is Allison, yeah. Yeah, Sam Allison. Who's fucking shit as a thing stand right now. He's terrible. Oh, he gives that one, doesn't he? Of course he does. Duran with a foul. But they do actually play advantage. I mean, it is a foul, but it's no less of a foul than what was committed on Buendia. Goodness me, man. Christ. The Laval, I mean, the chance eventually went for Wycombe anyway. Half an hour gone, still goalless. Thanks for the rose from Sam Dave. Appreciate you, mate. Thank you very much. I don't know, like I said, I don't know what he's done to Mr. Allison, but something's happened. I think an offside flag actually went up instead. Oh, wait, no. It wasn't offside, it was a throw-in, sorry. Long throw. Gauchi misses the ball. Joe Gauchi. Villa's backup young keeper. Fucking hell. Long throw comes in. Gauchi goes to catch the ball and misses it. And a corner's given to Wycombe because he does get a finger on it. But what the... Joe Gauchi, not the most convincing there. Corner to Wycombe. In swinger. That one's caught by Joe. Instead, he bowls it out to Matson. Villa could counter-attack Wycombe here. Maatson to carry the ball. Switches the play. Good pass into Young. It's Leon Bailey. It's wide. It's well wide. And there's sarcastic applause and jeers from the fans behind the goal there. Leon Bailey tries to channel his inner Arjen Robben there. Don't think he channeled him quite as well as what he wanted to. 32 minutes gone, still goalless at Adams Park. Bailey is not quite done that well so far this season. I don't think. I don't think he's. I wouldn't say he's lit the ground alight really with his performance. So far, I think he's one of the few Villa players who's not been brilliant. I mean, it says a lot when like 6 out of 10 performances are like the lowest, because there's been times where Villa have been that bad that how Bailey is playing right now could have been considered like the average Villa player. Now he's one of the worst performing, and it's not even that bad, but it's still bad enough for me to mention. He's not done too much, Leon. He's been injured as well, partially, but hasn't hit the form he hit last year as of yet, because Bailey's probably our best player last season. Bingus says, wouldn't be surprised if we lost this game, to be honest. Very light with the team. It is a very light team, you are correct, but you'd still expect Villa, with the quality we have, to get a win here. And we've already created enough chances, arguably, to get something from this. I don't think. I'm just going to show you guys. I mean, we do have expected goals as well on screen. Oh, no, that's just ball possession. Oops. I need to go through some of these and just fix what appears on screen. Ball possession, Villa with 71%, which is a lot, obviously. 72% now. It's actually gone up since when I said it, but yeah. I imagine Duran's chance had a little bit of slice of XG on it. Oh, there's no XG on this. They've not included any XG. Oh dear. Where's Barkley playing for Luton last season? His attacking was looking good. I think he was just playing in central midfield. He had a bit more of an attacking role than defensive one, and I think that suits Barkley. Also, Villa pressed the least, so he doesn't have to run too much. And like I said, when Barkley was last at Villa, Villa were a pressing team, so I don't think he's very good in that kind of system. But yeah, so far, I mean, it's slightly frustrating night, arguably, for Villa, but we've still got a long way to go. I'm not too worried as of now, but little bits and pieces of frustration in the squad. I think Wycombe have had a few more shots than we wanted them to have, and they do have a free kick now. Bingus says, hopefully the fact the team has wanted to prove something is better for us. Very good point, Bingus. Free kick to Wycombe. It's a good one. It's Wheeler, and he doesn't really catch it very well. It's a simple save at the end for Gauchi, but I probably should have done a bit better there, David Wheeler. He doesn't catch this at all. I mean, Caden Young is a little bit fortunate because it's his man. He's kind of let him go really free there, but the shot is just awful. Absolutely awful. Guys, if you're on TikTok, please do double tap the screen. It does help with the algorithm. Ball through. Chance for Villa. Oh, good block. It was Ross Barkley. And it is very good defending, I think, from Skura. Good challenge, but Villa's attack does end very abruptly there. It's a really good interchange in play. Good through ball into Barkley. And yes, an unbelievable tackle. Unbelievable tackle. And apologies, it was actually the number 5, Alex Hartridge, instead. He made the challenge. Very good. So yeah, I did say this earlier as well, but on TikTok after the game, I will be inviting some guests on if they want to talk about the game. Hopefully, it'll be a happy one. It'll be on about like how well we won the game. And yeah, but I mean, it's Wycombe on the ball now. Villa give it away sloppy. Goodness me. Cross. Thankfully, it's defended by Bogard and Villa could be on the break, but goodness me. Just silly passes. Just silly passes. Juice World says, why have we put out such a weak bench? We could have started strong, then done subs. Yeah, but we did only play 3 days ago. I get what you mean. Duran edge of the box. John Duran drags it wide again. How many times is Duran going to have a go, man? Duran can't hit the target there, unfortunately. It's another shot that's registered wide of the post for John Duran. Odds on the winner here getting Chelsea and Man United. I mean, we always get United, don't we? we always pull United, and we've pulled Chelsea twice, haven't we, in the cups? One at Stamford Bridge where we lost on penalties a couple of years ago, and most recently, it was recently, weren't it, when we played them in the cup, and they knocked us out. It was the FA Cup. We got beat 3-0. Awful evening that was, by the way. Terrible. There was like a month-ish towards the end of the season where we just played terribly. Around the time we got knocked out of the Conference League, and you could tell the players were just tired. It'd been a long season, but we were awful for that month, man. It was terrible football. FA Cup last year we played them twice. Fantastic. How fun! How fun is that? Goodness me. Long free kick for Wycombe. Diagonal. Looking for Wheeler. Good touch from Wheeler. Takes it down well. Might go for goal. Instead, he's got his back to goal. Patton. Oh, dear. Dear Lord. Patterson. His idea there was not the smartest, I don't think. Villa get a throw in. You can tell the League One. Like, some players have ideas, but the wavelength isn't there. And Wheeler did really well. And Patterson, which is a name that's going to really piss me off throughout today. It's an annoying name to say long. He's just not. He's not on the same wavelength as Wheeler, and they lost the ball in a very silly situation on the attack. It is a throw into Villa again with Matson. Salcedo. Unfortunately, I do not speak any other language other than English, so apologies to you, mate. But yeah, I have no idea what you're trying to say. I'm guessing, am I a fan of Aston or like something along those lines? I'm not sure, but I have no idea what you're saying. JLB says, don't think we are really bothered with this match. More focus on Premier League and Champions League. Well, I think if we were to get knocked out, right, it wouldn't be. I don't think Unai Emery would would be too upset. However, we haven't won a trophy since 1996, and I feel like the Carabao Cup, people just dismiss it straight away as if it's nothing. But it's always a chance to win a trophy that I don't think teams should, snub their nose with. I think Villa, teams like Villa should probably take it a little bit more seriously. It's my humble opinion, right? But I think Villa should take it a little bit more seriously. Because, like I said, it'd be nice to win a trophy. We ain't done it in so long. Like, I was getting annoyed when Villa fans were doing interviews and saying, would you rather get top 4 or win the Conference League? And everyone was saying, well, not everybody, but most people were saying get top 4. This whole top 4 thing, it's great, but, like, I want a trophy, man. I want a trophy. I'm 24 years old. I've not seen my club win a trophy. My club won a trophy 28 years ago. I want to see them lift another, Hopefully in my lifetime. But loads of people online were saying Champions League, and I just couldn't get my head around it. I really couldn't. There's a free kick to Villa, and I think it's Bogard's gone down. Oh, Duran's that far back? I thought it was Bogard. I only saw a glimpse of someone down. It was John Duran. Duran pretty much in centre-back position there. He's thankfully back up on his feet. But yeah, he said Garner Gay is Villa's best player ever. I mean, that's just silly. But he was probably the best player that season we went down, but nothing more than that. Binger says it's annoying because it's an opportunity for us. Fixture congestion hampers Want of it. Barkley being shit, says Benjamin. Bailey Wash, says Marcus. Everyone I know said Conference League, also, said Benjamin. And JLB said it shuts the small heath up a lot too. Yeah, exactly. So that's all they have on us, right? Is that they won a trophy more recently than us. It's only because, like, Koscielny kicked the ball out of the hands of Szczesny, which I'm still pissed about to this day. Because it's horrendous defending. I don't... Whenever have you seen, since then, a defender kick the ball out of his keeper's hands? And, like, when does it ever happen? They're so fortunate that happened. Like, a trophy on a fucking silver platter there. Would you rather have won the... I would have rather won the Conference League and finished top 4, definitely. I don't care anyone says. A trophy's a trophy, mate. Look at West Ham when they won it, right? You had fans in tears. You don't get fans in tears over getting top 4. I don't think many people... Maybe there would have been one or two. I don't think many... You wouldn't have had hundreds, even thousands of Villa fans crying in joy over Villa getting top 4. But if we won the Conference League, there probably would have been. Because, it's a long time since we've won anything. And West Ham never win anything. So it meant loads for them. I want a Conference League, but maybe it's the idea that there's faith we can win a cup soon. Maybe there's optimism we get a trophy, but I don't know. Vicious Beta said breaking news: Grealish got an assist. Wow, free kick to Wycombe. It's a good one. It's a cushion down header. You know what? He tries to cushion that. Who was it? It was number 10. Unless I misread a number and maybe I'm going blind. Well, a Wycombe man cushioned down a header. I feel like he could have gone for goal, maybe. Villa do get a corner at the other end, though. Nearly half time here. It's still goalless. And I just want to see something. It's been very, very, very little clear-cut opportunity for Aston Villa in this game. It was actually number 17, Low, the centre half. Tries to cushion the header down. I feel like he could have done a bit more with that. I don't know. I feel like he was under very little pressure, maybe. He could have tried to generate power, head that towards goal, maybe take a touch. I don't think we defended that set piece very well at all. So yeah. Corner to Aston Villa. It's an in-swinger. It's a good header away by Wheeler this time. It'll be a throw into Villa. I mean, it's just not a great corner, is it? Not a great corner at all. Cozy says, Maya, join please. You want to talk to me after the game? Feel free, mate. Because I'll be having people on after the game. If there's enough demand for it, I can have several people on. But as of right now, I'll just be watching it on my own. But as soon as full time finishes, I'll be talking about Villa all you want. But if you are going to keep asking, you will get time on that. I think Mings is a player you keep for utility. I agree with that. I feel for him a little bit because his injury basically has cost him his Villa place. And, football's such a cutthroat sport that it's hard to justify Tyrone Mings starting Villa games. But because of how well Konza and Pau Torres have played in the subsequent year that it has been since then. Medford says, Wycombe beat Brighton 5-3 and Swansea 1-0. They're better than I give credit for. And Flapcat says, the best part of West Ham's run in Europe was that legend of a fan defending the Wags on his own. And Kisako says, hi, mate. How you doing, guys? All three of you. Bro using the Battlefield 4 get-out tactic. Oh, another chance of Wycombe, really. And it's Butcher with a snapshot over the bar. And I will say, they've arguably been the better team. Yeah, Cozy Room is going to have a mute, unfortunately. Because, it's very childlike. I've not said anything unfair. I said you can come on the stream and we can have a chat. But, you got to be not a 10-year-old about it. And you can't just spam a chat expecting to get what you want. Cozy, yeah, exactly. Let's laugh at United sitting 11th in the table. Well, they're not my rival, but growing up, I did kind of hate United because they'd always seem to beat Villa. In fact, if it weren't for Unai, the run without a home win against United probably would have continued even longer. It was 1995 the last time we beat them at home before Unai. Long ball forward towards Buendia, chests it down to Duran. And Duran's control wasn't brilliant. It's picked up back by Ross Barkley, but his pass is also intercepted. And with 20 seconds to go of the 1 minute added time, I don't think anything is going to come from this. Maybe one final chance with Onana now. But we've got to hurry up with the ball, though. Onana goes backwards, and we've got 10 seconds of the half, lads. And we're going sideways. Lads, 10 seconds of the half. And that's half time. Goodness me. That was a waste. I feel like we didn't really decide to attack them there. Half time 0-0. So in Wycombe and Villa. Flat. Unfortunately. Chance of Duran within 30 seconds of the game, which he probably should have hit the target on. Snatched it wide, and I think it's been half chances ever since. Be a half time, Wycombe 0, Aston Villa 0. How you doing, Gab? Said hi, Jay. I haven't seen you in a while, Jay. Hope you're good. I'm very good, man. I'm very good. How have you been? I've recently started to cover more and more of the Villa games, and games like this annoy me a little bit because I feel like the second string team is just nowhere near the same as the first string side, and I feel like I know we did play a lot of games recently, but we've put a lot of a lot of pressure now is on this second team, and players like Nedeljkovic, Bogard, Caden Young is only 18. It's a lot on these players. I don't know if they're quite up for it, but we'll see. JLB says Wolves sitting bottom of the table is a lot more funny. And Caden Young needs to be put on the first team. So I support Aston Villa. I mean, I will say, mate, having him in games like this will give him the best opportunity. That's my take on that. And Wycombe arguably been the better. I was gonna say that. I think if you had to say who the better side had been, you probably would edge it to Wycombe. Really, I mean they've had very little of the ball, but Villa have had 72%, and what have we done with it? Very little. Haven't had a shot on target yet, lads. Wycombe have had 5 with 4 on target. Keepers, Villa have made. Gauchi has made 4 saves for Villa. We've not forced their keeper into any. Gauchi's been okay. There was one dodgy moment where he came for a cross and missed the ball, but bar that, I think he's been quite solid. Nothing. I don't think anything of he hasn't had to make an insane save, but I think he's been solid, is what I will say. But yeah, he's better than Olsen. You can't dig me about Chelsea anymore, lol, bro. But they're below Villa in the table, mate. I don't know. You've got 46 squad members. You've paid $1.5 billion for players over the last couple seasons, all to still be below Aston Villa. Need I say anything more, Gav? Oh, for goodness sake. We've had a bot come on the channel. He's getting blocked. Sorry, guys. TikTok has a serious issue with the bots, man. Honestly. They are absolutely everywhere. Right, guys, it is half time. It is Wycombe 0, Aston Villa 0. So I just had to do a verify that I'm still a human on TikTok. If you're live for more than an hour on TikTok, they think you're not a human being, which is really bizarre. But yeah, let me know what you guys think so far of the half. I think it's just been. I think flat is the word. If you had to describe football so far with Villa, it has just been a little bit flat today. If you had to describe it in one word, I think Duran has had a couple opportunities where it probably should have maybe scored one. Look, I keep saying this, right, and I don't want to be that guy, but this is 3 times now I'm going to say it on stream. It is harsh, but Bogard's just not it, man. Every time I watch Bogard, I don't know, I don't think he's up for it. I really don't. And this is really harsh to say, right, because at the end of the day, you should always back your players, right? And I do. I always support Villa players. I'll never boo my own players. And when they're on the pitch, I'll always clap them. But I'm still allowed to have my opinion. I think Bogard is terrible. I really do. He's struggling again today. And it's League One opposition. I just... it really drives me insane, man. I don't think any of the back four have been that great, in all fairness. It's frustrating. It's frustrating. We're playing cheeks right now, says Lulu. Yeah, we're just like I said. It's very flat. It's a very flat performance as of right now. It doesn't help that Buendia has been fouled on multiple times now, and the referee has just waved away everything, and then given when Buendia is complaining about why he's not been given a foul, he then gives them a free kick because Buendia is complaining at the referee or whatever reason or excuse he wants to give. It was basically for that. Duran with a couple snapshots, probably should have done a little bit better with, but with 72% of the ball, 73 now, as it updates. I don't really think we've created anything other than the first 30 seconds when Duran's in on goal and he shoots a little bit earlier than you'd want him to, and he puts it wide. Yeah, he strikes the ball at the edge of the box, and he should hit the target, really. He tries to place it side-footed. Duran always goes for power, right? And I feel like he should keep doing that because whenever he doesn't go for power, it doesn't go well. The keeper does really well to rush him because the keeper sprints at his feet straight away. And yeah, it is what it is. He's still goalless at half time. Bailey has been inconsistent. Thanks for the rose, Sam. Appreciate it. Lula says Barkley cannot pass when we need us when we're playing at small teams. I noticed in the friendlies he played too. And Simon says dull game so far. And Sam, yeah, appreciate you, man. Yeah, Barkley's not been great. I don't think Barkley's like the reason why we're not winning this game, but he's not been fantastic. I think Onana's not been as good as what he has been. I think maybe some of that is down to fatigue. Like we've had to play loads of games. I mean, that's how many games now? 4 games in 12 days. It's a lot of games, man. It's a lot of games. Had to play 3 times last week. And then, we only played 3 days ago as well. So, it's a lot of games to play. Onana's been heavily involved in all of them. I think there's a little, just tad bit of fatigue there with him, in my humble opinion. And that's why I don't think he's played. We've not seen the usual Onana, mop midfield at all. Like the Everton game, even though that's probably one of his worst games, I still felt like Onana did contribute in midfield. And yeah, he's been a little bit quiet. I think Caden Young probably should get involved a bit more. Bailey's tried to do a little bit cutting in. His shooting's just not been as sharp as what you'd want it to be with Bailey. I don't know. I think it's probably just either rustiness with players who've not played much this season or those who have played. I think it's just a tad bit of fatigue. That's what I think. And Joel says as well, small team, we are the mighty Wycombe Wanderers. Okay, well, let's be respectful, right? I've not been disrespectful to Wycombe this whole stream. I've not said the ground's small. I've not said the side are small. I've not said I don't know half the players. I've been very respectful, right? Because it's at the end of the day, it's a League One team, and I'm not going to be a knob for no reason, right? So if I respect you, you respect me, and that's how it works, right? We can have banter, right? But yeah, getting bantered by a Wycombe fan is crazy. Guessing with Bailey and Buendia, it's coming back from injury. Yeah, exactly. Simon says fatigue's been 12. It's only 4 weeks into the season. I'm not on about long-term fatigue like we had last season. On about the fact that we've played 4 games in 12 days. That is a lot. In fairness, that is a lot of games. It's not an excuse. I'm not saying, it's fine, we can lose today because of that. I'm not saying, I'm giving a reason as to why it's probably not been as sharp as what you'd expect for Villa. I think it's more than fair to say that. I wasn't talking to you, I was talking to someone in the chat who's saying we're small. Well, someone else is being disrespectful to Wycombe, fair enough, but I don't, I've not said anything and no one said anything. No one should say anything about Villa because Villa are a massive club. Sleeping giant, so to speak. Yeah. How you doing, Aston Villa shorts? And Flatcat said Chelsea are 4-0 up. Bloody hell. Adam Griggs says up the Villa 2. I'll just see the goal for the Chelsea in a moment. I'm just going to look at what Villa fans are saying on Twitter because I'm sure it's probably not the most happy Villa fans. Yeah, Bogard is so mid is the top comment. I mean, I did say this. I said I don't rate Bogard from what from what I've seen so far. I want to be proven wrong. Whenever I criticise a player, I want to be proven wrong, right? I want this person, I want clips of me in the future, people laughing at me saying, oh my God, he didn't rate Bogard, now Bogard's one of the best players on the planet. I want that to happen. Because, you know, I'd rather that than the opposite. I've seen Bogard multiple times now. I've seen him in person the other week against Everton, and I just don't really rate. I don't rate him at all. I really don't. Another comment which has 25 likes just says fell asleep. Yes, it's not been great. Someone said I don't have an issue with starting 11, but that bench is completely unnecessary. Ramsey can't change his game on his own, and we look clueless right now. The youth are trying, but lack experience. The seniors don't look interested. I get this isn't our priority, but still. And the youngsters, fair enough, but fuck me, Barkley and Bailey have been shocking. Is a very funny comment. Bizarre half of football. Very hard. Like I said, flat. I think flat just sums his performance up very much. In between, like I said, youngsters looking a tad clueless, and some players just not really putting in 100% for whatever reason. Whether, like I said, whether it's fatigue, whether they can't be asked playing away at Wycombe. Maybe they're like, I came here for Champions League football. I don't care about Wycombe away. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know what it is or why it's like this, but right now it's just not been great. We are flying right now. That's 4-0. Could have been 5 then as well. Fair enough, Gavs. And we all love to eat our words about a crap player coming good. Yeah, exactly. I'd rather that happen. There was a time when I said I'd rather Danny Ings start ahead of Ashley Young. I'd rather Danny Ings start ahead of Ollie Watkins. I said that like 2 years ago because there was a point under Dean Smith when Ollie was terrible. Like, things happen. Things happen. I'd rather be wrong, Struggling. Okay, we are away, and aren't Leicester struggling to beat Warsaw? Why don't you go and laugh at some Leicester fans, yeah? Like, shit happens. Warsaw 0 Leicester. That game has another 10 minutes on us. Why don't you laugh at some Leicester fans? Joel said, watch out for Richard Okone, or I think that's how you say his name, when he comes on. Well, we'll see, mate. And Lulu said, if Duran doesn't start at all, he's kind of proving why he shouldn't start. Doesn't score at all, sorry, is what she said. Kind of, yeah. Barkley isn't in the game, in my opinion. Yeah, Barkley's done very little, fortunately. Barkley has 95 touches before he passes. Hey, doing Joe says, man, I hate Villa fans. Well, do you hate me then, Joe? Cheers. Mind Your Own says the game is shocking. AZN said opinions on first half. Like I said, I gave a one-word review, which was just flat. I think it's been a very flat performance first half. I don't think Villa have done anything, really. A couple half chances with Duran. We've had a lot of the ball, and I can't really remember doing much with it. Couple bits of play in the middle, like one-touch passing, maybe. But like it usually either ends up with a shot well wide of the post, or us giving the ball away in a silly situation. Like, I don't know. This has been a little bit frustrating so far. Kind of shy, but hopefully it does improve, guys. After the game today, as soon as it's full time, I'm gonna have some guests on. So if you want to have a conversation with me for a few minutes, talk about the game or talk about Villa in general this season, you can I don't know what it's called. You can either ask to be a guest, or I can just try and have you on myself. I think some people try and invite themselves anyway, but if you want to have a chat, feel free to do so. I had a couple of chats last game as well against who did we play? My brain's gone. Wolves. We beat Wolves 3-1, and I had people on just after the game, and we talked about the game. It's quite good. Jamie said doesn't know any Leicester fans. Get to know. They're a massive club. Not really, but yeah. It doesn't come across as struggling, just not firing all cylinders. Yeah, exactly. We're creating a lot of chances, but doing nothing with it, basically. Nothing with it at all. Guys, double tap the screen on TikTok. Like I said, I'm live on both YouTube and TikTok, AJS TV. Feel free to watch on any platform you like, or both if you want to be really nice. And yeah, I'm live for every Villa game, so be sure to check me out. Well, the difference will be different second half when the magician Unai sorts them out, says Dennis. I mean, I would love that, mate. I would love that. You look at the subs, right? Ziyech, Ramsey, he's probably someone he probably could bring on. Tristan Rowe, Aidan Borland, Jamal Dean, Jimo Aloba, Travis Patterson, Thierry Katsakunya, Cobby Moore. I mean, it's just academy players everywhere on the bench for Villa. You'd think it was like, when the school does like a day out for a football team, like you go to have like a stadium tour. It feels like that. Like the subs bench for Villa is just a bunch of kids who've gone on a day out, and they now get to sit on a bench. That's what it feels like. The only two players you look at for, genuine subs for Villa right now is Jacob Ramsey and Diego Carlos. They're the only two, right? And I can't imagine a world where Carlos comes on. I think maybe JJ will, if we're desperate, but hopefully we're not going to be in that desperate state. Villa are slacking. What's going on, man? Says Dazzy, and get bloody money on him. Well, very nearly put a fiver on Duran to get 2 goals and a yellow card. I'm kind of glad I didn't do it now, because it has been just a tad flat so far. We're about to be underway for the second half. Come on, you Villa boys. Let's get cooking in the second half, man. Let's get through to the next round. Like I said, I started today. I said I wanted a fairly easy victory for Villa. No, I don't want a battering, right? I'm not going to ask for the world. But a simple 1-0, 2-0, that kind of result for Villa. Something that we can, move on with, and yeah. Get some of these inexperienced players some experience. Get some of the second string players some game time. Make them less rusty. Matson looked like he was fouled there. Edge of the box shot deflected. Bloody hell. Early chance of Wycombe leads to a corner. Butcher shot deflects. Gauchi rooted to the spot. I mean, once again starts from the referee not giving Villa a foul on Matson. And the square ball to Butcher could have gone absolutely bloody anyway. Good shot deflected. For some reason my Sky Sports is being a bit bizarre here. There was just a green screen. I don't know if anyone else is having this, but I'm watching through Virgin Media and the game has gone off. I'm not joking. It's just a green background. Oh, it's a temporary fault. Oh, for goodness sake. Sky Sports Football, we're really sorry for this temporary fault. For God's sake. What is going on? And Dazzy says, got your money on your striker having a shot on target, but nothing so far. Have you got money on Duran getting a goal? What's the game like? There we go. The game's now back on. Like I said, very flat first half. Villa, I don't think we've been as sharp as what maybe some of the fans would have thought, because we've not really created too many clear-cut chances. We had a big chance with Duran in the first 30 seconds he put wide. Since then, it's been half chances. 70% of the possession, done nothing with it. Jamie, you are lying because I'm watching this live on Virgin Media. So unless you have a time machine, fuck off. Literally, Virgin Media probably has better latency than anything. Long shot sails over. Fucking hell. Was meant the green screen. Lol. Oh, okay. I mean, that was also annoying. I had to skip through channels to try and get it back. You'll be at Ipswich Sunday, you going? Unfortunately, I can't afford to go to every Villa game. It is insane. Plus, Villa away is one of the hardest things to get to, in all fairness. You got to look at our fixtures, right? We've got Bayern is the next Champions League game, which is, I don't even want to think about that. In the nicest way. Yeah, Ipswich away, Bayern at home, United at home, Fulham away. Brutal next 4 games. You enjoy the game, mate. You enjoy Wycombe. Not Wycombe. You enjoy Ipswich. Long way to go. Long way indeed. What did I graduate in? Computer science. Very fun. Well, it was fun for the first year or two. The last year was not fun. The deadlines were brutal. 49 minutes gone here. It is still goalless between Wycombe and Villa. Very little has happened since the second half has begun. It's literal walking football right now. Thank you. Is it Dougie? I don't know how to pronounce your name, but thank you very much. But yeah. Literal walking football. Is Nedeljkovic down the line to Bailey, tries to turn away, loses the ball. Bailey's just not been on it today at all. Villa finally get a foul. Bloody hell. Bogard is fouled, and we finally get a free kick. Thank you very much, referee. He's given us nothing. He's given Villa nothing today, but we do get a foul. Of course, we get one when it's like in our own half, so it doesn't matter too much. Another sloppy pass. Again, this time Caden Young, and then it's just a pull on a shirt. So a foul's given. Yeah, Caden Young is not played very well today, in all fairness. I'm not going to dig out a young player, but he hasn't done a great deal, in all fairness, on the wing. The Wycombe fans in full tune, singing away. Free kick Wycombe on the halfway line, lumped forward, and it's Swinkles head it away. I tell you what, he's been solid today. Swinkles has been class. He even put Duran in on goal with the keeper, and he tried to go round him and eventually just put it wide. But that was from a pass from Swinkles. Caden Young battling. Does lose the ball, and then Duran can't tackle his way through, and eventually a ball's playing back to the keeper. That gets a lot of applause, that does. Is quite fancy, actually. I think it was, Skura who won the ball, did a little roulette, playing it back to the keeper. Prediction for league finish? It's a long way to go, mate, but I'd love to say top 4. But like I said, long way to go this season. We'll see. Sadly, cross from Alex Hartridge. It's just barely cleared by Villa. Buendia now, that's a good pass. Out to Caden Young. Can Villa finally get out? Maybe do a good pass? Of course we don't, and we lose it. Goodness me, man. Can we do something impressive in this game? I beg. Onana now on the ball. We either don't keep it very long, or we just give it away in a silly position. Like even when we have like a decent passage of play, it's like it always ends in like some shite pass. The pass completion percentage for Villa has to be the lowest this season. Bailey, that's better. Good ball into Buendia. Go! Hey, he's given a foul on Buendia. Oh my goodness me! He's actually given a foul on Buendia. It took 3 fouls for him to finally get one. He'd been chopped down twice, ignored twice, and they thought, oh, we'll just hack him again. What's going to happen? Fouled 3 times. Finally the first one. NS says 0-0 with a laughing emoji. Aren't Birmingham City out the cup, mate? You're not even in this. You're gone, blood. You're already out. I don't know what you're laughing for. You're not even in it. Joseph come on Wycombe as well. Blues fans laughing when you're in League One and you're already out the cup. Free kick to Villa. Young on a run. Free kick from Matson. It's a good one, but not good enough. And it goes into the arms of Ravazzoli. Not a great free kick, really. I mean, he does put it in an awkward spot, but the keeper, if you've got a confident keeper, he's going to catch that all day. Wycombe or Birmingham. Yeah, hang on. Blues could only beat Wycombe 3-2, mate. And that's with your strongest outfit. Oh, good tackle that. You know what? I gave criticism, but that's unbelievable from Onana. Is Buendia, and he's once again, thankfully, and a booking is finally shown as well, which has been long overdue for Bakington, as he's booked for another foul on Buendia. Buendia has been fouled 4 times now. Tyreek Bakinson holds on to Buendia, and the referee had no choice to give Villa a free kick and a yellow card. Villa winning. I think Villa will win this game, but it's going to be a lot closer than what people expected before the game. I think it's going to be maybe 1-0, which I definitely would take right now. yeah. I don't think it's been a good night for Villa at all. Top 5 reasonable, says Flapcap, and not really worth looking at. I don't look at the table until 15 games in, roughly, is where I start looking. Because that's when it gets like, you really start to see the shape of the league at that point. You can have like a little half look and all, but I don't take it seriously until 15 games in. This is why when Villa were doing really well last year, up until Christmas, I was like, okay, we're 12 games in, we're doing well. 13 games in, doing well. And I was like, you know what? We're nearly halfway through the season, and we're like second. We're cooking. And we could have been top of the league at Christmas, but we battled to Sheffield United. If we beat Sheffield United, we would have been top of the league at Christmas, which is crazy to think about. But yeah, that's around the 15 game mark is where I start looking. Germany may get to wait, what was that? Germany may get the extra place next season, maybe. Alex Archridge with the throw for Wycombe. Long throw. Luke reckons he needs the sub on. Joel reckons he needs the sub on for. He told me earlier. At least you've got players to bring on. We don't really have. We have Jacob Ramsey. That's kind of it. He's Caden Young. He's done well on the byline cross. Buendia's header. 1-0. I'm still ill. Fucking hell. Emi Buendia. 1-0. Lovely header. Fucking hell. I'm still unfortunately ill. Fucking hell. My throat is gone. Emi Buendia with a looping header. Makes it 1-0 to Aston Villa in the 55th minute. Come on. Love that. All started by Caden Young. He gets the cross in. Wycombe don't deal with it. And all 5'7" of Emi Buendia loops the ball over the keeper's hand and into the back of the net. What a header. Oh my God. When will this cold go away? Oh, goodness me. Lovely. The leap of Buendia there is so impressive. Lovely header. Oh yeah, Ella, it is on Sky. It's Sky Sports main event. Emi Buendia from Argentina. What a header. And goodness me, we needed that. We needed that. Oh, Wycombe get a soft free kick now as well. For goodness sake, man. Very soft free kick to Wycombe. But yeah, nice goal. Oh, you're going to take that all day. Oh, I don't think Caden Young touches him. I think it's a dive almost. Free kick to Wycombe though. And Emi Buendia, I think, is making his case. Decent crossing position here. Scores 1-0 to Aston Villa, Elfie. Emi Buendia flick header into the far corner. The cross was deflected and, well, there was a couple of Wycombe players in there I don't think knew what day it was. I think Skura couldn't even tell where the ball deflected to. Emi Buendia jumped so high to flick the ball into the back of the net. He's also fouled now, by the way. Buendia's been... I'm keeping count. Buendia's been fouled 5 times this game. Can't start touching him. Whose signatures have you got in the back? Oh, that is Ollie Watkins, John McGinn, Emi Martinez. But yeah, probably at some point in time, all 3 have been my favourite Villa player. Skura isn't even a starter. Well, he's not. He might not be a starter, mate, but he's not. I don't know. I'm not going to criticise League One defenders, right? But I feel like they didn't deal with that very well. And Buendia, despite being only 5'7", has a decent record of scoring headed goals. Bogard forward into Onana. Finds Buendia. Good switch of the play from Buendia. Forward to Matson. That's a better ball into Barkley, but his touch is terrible. Ross Barkley, mate. You've been so good in the Premier League off the bench, but he's been absolutely dismal today. Trampolines on his shoes. Ball has bounced off him. He's Onana now. Villa fans are singing Small Leaf Get Battered everywhere they go. I love that. Small Leaf Get Battered everywhere they go. They're still singing it. I love it. Buid I don't know why you're lying, mate, because it's not. Because I'm watching this on Virgin Media, which has insane latency. So I don't know what line gets you, but line gets you nowhere here. Flapcat says the new layout depends on the performance of the teams in the previous season. And by the way, thoughts on Rodri injury? I mean, Rodri injury basically feels like an Arsenal win, surely. Man City drawing to Arsenal, a team, 10 men at home, and they couldn't even beat them. And now their best player's injured. You had City fans celebrating that draw. I think they need to check their mirrors, mate, to be honest. Got to check their mirrors, because I mean, it could be a very long season for City. We saw how shite they were without Rodri. Villa beat them without Rodri. So, yeah, City fans, check your mirrors, man. Could be a tough year. Tough year indeed. Thanks for the brat. I do appreciate that, mate. Could give Grealish a chance, says Flapcat Gaming. Reckon City go for Zubimendi? Maybe. I mean, they got to be careful, Man City, I think. Because they could find themselves in some horrendous trouble from the court hearing. So I think they should probably wait, to be honest. Ball forward into Bailey. Can Bailey cook? We've got half an hour of the game. Leon Bailey cross towards Duran, not taken down very well. Duran gets it back, gives it to Maatsen. Maatsen's gone from Champions League finals at Wembley for Dortmund to playing in a League Cup game away at Wycombe. Here is Maatsen. Into Onana. Oh, dear. Don't know what that was. I think he tries to ping that forward down the wing and he's just completely got it wrong. Awful ball. Here come the Villa subs. JJ. Come on, JJ. I knew the sub was coming eventually. It's going to be a couple of Villa changes, actually. Aidan Borland is coming on. It's his first Villa game. It's his debut for the Scotsman. How old is Aidan Borland? He can't be like above 18. He's 17 years old. Someone born in 2007 is coming on. Aidan Borland. He's on for Villa as well as JJ. Could you give Grealish a chance? I mean, if Grealish, I don't know. I feel like I don't even think we need Grealish now. I really don't. I think at a time, I would probably have said yeah, but to get him in, we'd need to spend loads of money. I don't think, wide positions are what we're in desperate need of as of right now. That's my take. If we got him on loan, that'd be brilliant, but I wouldn't spend money on Grealish. Plus, they'd want like easy 50 million minimum to get half their money back. They do say you haven't played in the Premier League until you played in the snow on the northeast coast in December. That's true. Newcastle away at Christmas. Villa always struggle at St James because we always have to play St James on the coldest days. I swear to God. It's always around Christmas. We'd always go there and lose. Or draw. A draw is quite common there as well. Villa till I die, mate. The score is Wycombe 0, Aston Villa 1. Man, I really am still ill, man. Jesus Christ. Been ill for days now. Yeah, sorry. It's 1-0 to Aston Villa. Emi Buendia is the goal scorer. Grealish might step into the Rodri. Yeah, but I mean, it's difficult because Rodri is literally at the heart of City's team, right? As a holding midfielder in that system, he's literally the heart of it. A wide player will struggle to do that. A wide player might get you some goals, might get you some assists, but He can't carry your team forward physically and literally. But Rodri can. Kovacic has to step up. Players like that, they've got to step up. I don't think they will though. Arguably, I don't think City win the league now. I think without Rodri out for the season, I can see another team winning it. We get to see how strong City's metal is without Rodri. Poor pass in midfield, really. Again, I think it's John Duran. Now it's an opportunity. But the flag goes up. I mean, that was terrifying for a moment there. The subs for Wycombe included. If you bear with me. They've done 4 subs at all the same time. Anya Dinmer, McCleary, Kone, and Humphreys all came on. Kone on for Labala. He's what the lad in TikTok spoke about. Kone. What's his name? Richard Kone, I think he said. Yeah. 21-year-old striker. So we're going to see how much he cooks tonight. 5-0 Chelsea as well. Goodness me. Nkunku hat-trick for Chelsea. Bloody hell. Come on, Onu Dinma debut, says John. And why do we always get United in the... When is the EFL trophy draw, guys? Because I definitely stay live for that. When is it? EFL draw. Oh my god, my nose won't stop running. I'm tired of being ill. I've been ill for like 5 days. When will it end, Robbie? When is it going to end? Oh, man. Apologies, guys. I felt fine, and now I'm starting to feel like shit again. EFL draw live. When is it, blood? Is it after the game? I don't know when it is. Guys, can you let me know? Like, if any of you know, when is the EFL, like, draw? Because surely it'd be after today, right? Or, like, when did the majority of the EFL games are playing? I'll look at fixtures, right? Oh, probably tomorrow, right? Because you've got... Yeah, Arsenal play Bolton, Liverpool, West Ham. So probably after the Liverpool game, I imagine. I think it'll be after that. They always do it on the night of the final game. Yeah, tomorrow. I thought so. Yeah. Can't wait for Man United, guys. Yay. Chelsea. Yeah. Don't you love getting United in every cup? How fun. How amazing. Villa fans celebrating Emmy's goal. There's a tweet for Emmy. Oh, the Villa says Marky. Duran is terrible, says Smutch. I mean, he's not terrible, is he? You think Rodri's that instrumental? 100%. And to prove my point, City went, how many games without a loss with Rodri? It's something silly. That I think they lost like 1 in 70 with Rodri, and when Rodri was out, they struggled. You look at the stats, or you can find them online. City with Rodri, City without, night and day. Genuinely. He's such a big player. They also don't have Kevin De Bruyne right now. I think Rodri being out is such a huge miss for City. Like, I think if you got to choose, they'd rather have lost that game yesterday and had Rodri fit than to draw it. And lose Rodri. Rodri's a huge miss for City. 100% a huge miss. But yeah, that's just my take. I genuinely think if he's out for the whole season, if he genuinely is out for the whole season, they won't win the league. I'm telling you now. City would die. City turned up at Villa Park without Rodri and were abysmal. Had 2 shots in the whole game. Villa should have won that game like 3-0. It's the worst I've ever seen any Pep Guardiola team ever. There's 1 player out. All they had was it was Rodri out that day. And they were absolutely terrible. and he's out for the whole season. Yeah, they're in trouble. 100%, they're in trouble. 20 minutes to go here. It is still Wycombe 0, Aston Villa 1. Emi Buendia is the difference right now with a lovely headed goal from the captain. Looped over and into the back of the Wycombe net. Created by Caden Young, by the way. Someone I said he needed to get a good performance in today to be considered in the future, and he finally took on his man, got a cross in, found Buendia, made it 1-0. Simple as that. Villa's only shot on target is the goal as well. And Joel said Onyedinma play for Luton. He did. He did play for Luton. Confidence building games for Flat Cat. I mean, yeah. 100%. 100%. Long ball forward for Luton Town. That's Luton Town. You got Luton on my mind. Long ball forward for Wycombe, I should say. Kone battles, actually does really well against Swinkles, but doesn't quite do enough, and it's going to be a goal kick to Villa. But Swinkles needs to be careful there. Needs to be a tad careful. Also, I'm a bit sad that the cross from Young wasn't attributed to him, because it took a deflection. It took the assist away from Caden Young. Even though Caden Young created the Villa goal. So why stats are not always everything. Because statistically, he didn't create the Villa goal, but he did. Because it was his run that led to the header from Emi Buendia. Gauchi on the ball for Villa into Bogard, who I gave criticism before half-time, but I think he's had a better second half of Villa. Caden Young into Nedeljkovic. 20 minutes to go here at Adams Park. Wycombe 0, Aston Villa 1. 20 minutes away from the next round, ladies and gentlemen. Swinkles, good ball down the line. That's a better one into Ramsey. Ramsey with Duran ahead of him. He does find an early ball into John Duran. Scoops across, it looks like, from Duran. Headed away. Duran keeps it alive, only for half a second. And a foul is given. Oh. Well, the referee stops play for a head injury on Patterson. Aaron Day says, fire stickers run out, can always rely on you for a calm assessment of the game. I appreciate your very nice comment, Aaron. And my very simple assessment was first half was quite shit, really. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Very, very lackluster on the attack. And a little bit soft in defence at times. I thought, my throat keeps going. Apologies, because I am still ill and I'm battling it, but it's really fucking me up right now. Anyway, Labala was causing some issues for Swinkles and Bogard, but I think he half deals with it. But yeah, second half a little bit better. Emi Buendia with a nice goal. I think Buendia has been our best player today. Even if you take the goal away, he's the man who's been the most fouled. He's caused probably the most problems for Wycombe. And yeah, I mean, a bit like with Grealish at Villa, you don't get fouled for no reason. They're just constantly trying to kick into him and trip him and all that. Because, he causes problems. Awkward ball from Swinkles, which Barkley, I mean, I feel from that time because I don't know how he could possibly take that ball down. Villa do get away with it, though. Duran could be on the break here. Oh, he cuts backwards. I mean, he still keeps the ball alive, but the counter-attack just goes straight away because the ball goes back instead of forward. Nedeljkovic out wide to Caden Young, and he's not on the same wavelength again as Nedeljkovic, and Wycombe get the ball back. Again, it's just the passing's just not quite been on it today. We've not been, like the Everton game and the Wolves game, the passing was very fluid at times. We looked like one of the best passers in the league. It reminded me of like early 2000s Arsenal. Like, to not take the piss. It genuinely, passing was incredible in those games, but it's not been like that today at all. It's been a bit stop and start, a bit, if we complete 2-3 nice passes, then we give it away. That's kind of how this game has been. Nedeljkovic back to Bogard. Bogard back to Gauchi. Wycombe finally starting to press a little bit. They're not really pressed much today at all. Long ball forward. And here's a chance for Villa. Maatsen with Ramsey ahead. Maatsen into Duran. I don't think he wanted that. Gets a 1-2 with him. And gives it back to Duran again. Yeah, I think Duran, the way his body was shaped there, definitely did not want to receive that ball. But yeah, I think this is one of those where like both sets of fans will, at the end of the day, will be satisfied. Wycombe have played quite well today. They've definitely not rolled over by any means. And Villa, I mean, Villa fans won't be happy for most of what we've seen, but you'll be satisfied in going through, you know? Good ball forward for Wycombe. I mean, with a slender lead, it could very easily go, you know? So I'm very careful to say we've not gone through yet. You would back Villa to hold on right now, but with 15 minutes to go, you never know. And they're going to make another sub, Wycombe. They've made several changes so far, and they're going to make another. And it's Leahy coming on. Onyedinma, McCleary, Kone, Humphreys, and Leahy are the subs for Wycombe. Leahy's on for the central midfielder, Butcher. And Butcher actually has done all right. I think at the start of the second half, Butcher had a shot deflected wide, which could have gone anywhere. One word summary so far is sufficient. Yeah, I mean, I do not disagree at all. I think that's a very apt way of describing how this game has panned out. You could just say enough. Like it's just been enough, really. It's not been. It's a 5, but a 5 is still not. You know, a 5 is not a 4. You could say a 5.56, but it's not. It's not been great, but it's been enough. Long ball forward again. It's the direct play that I think we've struggled with a tad here, and it's Kone against Bogard and Nedeljkovic. Onyedinma now on the. I don't know what he's trying to do there. Onyedinma, I think, tries with the outside of his foot to flick it against Caden Young for a corner, but it doesn't touch Caden Young at all and goes out for a goal kick. So it looks very silly from Onyedinma. I get what he's trying to do, but the execution wasn't there, and it just looks like Onyedinma's flicked the ball out of play for no reason. I love it when it happens. It's so funny. It doesn't happen often, in fairness. Swinkles goes forward long to JJ. He's going to chase it, and he's going to probably foul his man in doing so, but the referee does keep his whistle in his pocket for now, and it's well defended in the end. Lowe has done well there. Joe Lowe just muscles JJ, and the ball harmlessly goes out for a goal kick to Wycombe. I'm going to ask for you guys about the match very shortly, so have a little think. As of right now, he'd give it to. There's a number of players. I mean, I think the obvious one for me is probably Buendia. Like I said earlier, not to be a broken record, but I think Emmy's carried the ball well. He's done a decent role as captain today. He's very vocal, which I always want to see. You don't want to see a captain not talking. He's always in the referee's ear. And the majority of our positive play he's been involved with. So I think Emmy Buendia is a definite shout for man of the match today, even if you ignore his goal. But his technique for the header was incredible. He's 5'7". He has to leap so high to get a ball that's going behind him. He has to arch back, get his neck. The neck muscles he has is incredible. It's such a genuinely. If you look at the technique when you see the goal later, or if you haven't seen it already, it is a difficult thing to do. Jump really high with a ball going behind you, generate the power and loop it over the keeper. It's a very hard header. Chance for Wycombe though. Cross. Goodness me. Swinkles misses the ball entirely. And at the back post, I mean, if he got that again on your demo, he probably would have he would have wanted to get contact on the ball. Cross from the right again. Swinkles with another half clearance this time, and it's going to be a throw into Wycombe. I mean, that's poor from Swinkles, really. You can't miss the ball. It's gone through his legs. The cross has gone through his legs. And it probably should have led to a goal there at the far post. I don't think... Actually, I said it was... I said it was Onyedinma. Actually, it wasn't. It was McCleary instead, the other substitute. Just seeing Gauchi made a save as I'm reading the chat. Not entirely sure what happened. I think a quick throw-in was taken, perhaps. Oh, it's McCleary again. It's a really top header and a top save from Joe Gauci. I mean, that's a top save. I nearly missed it. Yeah, he said Swinkles, and he had a bit of an issue there. Corner comes in. Only half cleared. Long shot sails wide, thankfully. Goodness me, heart in throat moment. But that is top class from Joe Gauci. Someone asked earlier how good Joe Gauci played, or has played today. Who was the assist? Well, it was a cross from Caden Young, which was deflected. So I don't think it's going to be given as a Caden Young assist, but it's one of those where it probably should be given as an assist, but it's not going to be because he created the goal. Villa on the break with Maatsen, and Villa get thrown with the challenge. Arnie and Maatsen. Curse of the compliment. This is flat cam. Goodness me, man. Like I said, I keep apologising for it, but I'm going to keep saying it. I am very ill right now, and it's starting to really affect my throat. I was genuinely fine for most of the stream, but the last 20 minutes, ever since we scored, it's starting to get to me a little bit. Nedeljkovic, who's been a lot better today. He looks a lot less. He looked a bit nervous against West Ham. A lot more composed today, I think. Ball cleared long for Wycombe, and Bogard. I thought he was going to roll that back to his keeper. Instead, he goes forward, which is a bit nicer. Nedeljkovic. He had a bit of a combination there with that Scottish substitute, which I forgot his name already, which is a bit bad of me. Borland. Wycombe with all 5 changes. Villa only 2 so far. Duran chases a long ball. He might get it. Oh, he might be. Yeah, foul is given. I mean, I think they're fouling each other, to be honest. Think Villa will score another? I don't think so. I think Villa are happy with this. Oh, thank you for joining as a member, Sharky. I appreciate that. We do have a membership program. I think it's for £1. So if you've got any spare change at all, I don't want to be a street beggar, but you can become a member and use emotes. I need to update as well all the what do you call it? The benefits you get from membership as well. But I do appreciate that, Sharky. Thank you very much. Like I said, it's probably it is the cheapest membership you can get on all of YouTube. So if you want to help me in any extra way you can, it's £1 a month. Very simple. Clinching a 1-0 against Wycombe. Poch did exactly this last season. Emery exposed. I mean, we are playing with like a second string / third string team. We've got young players here making debuts. Corner comes in. Header away by, I think, John Duran there. Leahy's cross. Again, it's well headed away. I think this time by Burford. Wycombe throwing everything forward for crosses. Ball on the right again. Another cross. Oh, they get a 1-2 here down the line. And it's a good block again this time. Villa hanging on here. Just about dealing with the long crosses. Walsall Leicester's going to penalties. Aaron, mate. Don't worry. He's just trying to have a little laugh. He's a Chelsea fan. I'd take the piss out of Chelsea all the time. But yeah, he is a mug. You're right. But it's fine. The fact Leicester have gone to penalties, right? Leicester have gone to penalties against Walsall's crazy. Genuine crazy. That should get criticism all day. I don't care what anyone says. That should get heavy criticism. No, Aaron, don't worry about it, mate. Don't worry. It's fine. Buendia flicks a header on. JJ combines with Burford. I said Burford, it's Borland. Sorry. I got the names wrong. Oh, there's so many young academy players I need to learn today. I do apologise. I got to say, the majority of the bench I just didn't recognise at all. But yeah, it is the Scots, the young 17-year-old Scotsman Borland. I need to remember that. I got one of our players confused with one of theirs. Goodness me. Incredible from me as always. How much on players? Oh, I know. The money they've spent on players. Crazy. Here's Barkley. Durant. What a flick that is from That's unbelievable. Durant's in. Round the keeper! Rev! Yeah! Penalty Villa. John Durant is fouled. And Aston Villa have a penalty to wrap it up here. Love that. John Durant starts the move with a saucy back heel, gets a 1-2, goes round the keeper, and he is fouled by a keeper and player there. He's got a double foul in there. He's tripped by the centre half more than the keeper. Yeah, I mean, it's a foul. It's a penalty to Villa. John Durant foul. I mean, it's kind of soft, to be honest. It's a little soft from Durant, but it is an Aston Villa penalty. And it's Villa's number 9 singing, dum. Come on, John. Running past defenders, scoring 1 or 2. Come on, John. Durant to make it 2-0 to Aston Villa. Yeah! John Durant, top of mine. And it's Villa's number 9 singing, dum. Running past defenders, scoring 1 or 2. Love that. John Durant makes it Wycombe 0, Aston Villa 2. And it's an ice cold penalty right in the bottom right corner. I mean, that's just brilliant. And it's Villa's number 9 singing, dum. The fans in the corner of the ground are loving this. Ice cold penalty. Oh, yeah, you're not saving that, are you? Brilliant from John. And he keeps his goal record going. Wycombe 0, Villa 2. That is Villa into the next round of the Carabao Cup. I don't think there's a lot in it, on his foul. In fairness. In the nicest way, I don't think there's a lot of contact there. I don't think Skura does too much to touch him. In all honesty. JLB say, of course it just had to be him. I mean, who else? Who else, mate? Price keeps rising. The Arrowlight, yeah. That 35 million that we wanted, yeah, that's now like 65, mate. Sorry, West Ham. Sorry, Chelsea, but you got to pay the big bucks now for Big John Jada Duran. Lovely ball from Barkley. What a pass! Probably the best pass Barkley's done all night. Oh, lovely bit of skill. Villa down the right. Nedeljkovic does well. Does have a man short. Does find... what was his name again? I was trying to learn so many names. Broggio? I think Broggio sounds better. Someone just say that. Here's Ramsey for Villa. Ramsey, don't think he meant that pass to go for Borland, but it did. Oh, okay, he's just said Broggio, so I'm going to say Broggio then. Okay. I'll learn from the commentator. All the Villa fans are singing in the corner of the ground, which is just what you want to hear. Na 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 Villa, na 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 na. Champions League awaits for me. Love this. I love it. Long ball to Buendia, doesn't quite keep it in play, and it is a goal kick to Wycombe. Unfortunately. Champions League awaits for me. Oh, man. (2-0) to Aston Villa. Free kick on the halfway line. I will say, and the commentators just said it too, when we got our first goal, Emery still looked pissed off. He was still pissed about something, so I don't think even he's like too happy with this today. Which, I mean, you want a serial winner. You want someone who's going to complain, and we've not played well today, in fairness. But it's a 2-0. It's going through to the next round. That's all that matters, That's all I wanted today. All I wanted today was a simple win with a clean sheet to go through to the next round. We might not get the clean sheet, though. It does go wide from Kone. Snapshot Kone. Past the post. You know who I'll give a lot of credit to today? Joe Gauchi. I'll give massive credit to today. That save he made against McCleary was huge at 1-0. Yeah, Kone's shot was always going wide. Poor shot on the end. Poor shot indeed in the end. Ball towards Buendia. Jumps and misses the header. Goes down injured. And he's probably going to stay down there. The referee's not entirely interested though. At least as of right now. Wycombe, like I said, they've played well, but just not quite done enough today. Nedeljkovic just defends that so brilliantly, doesn't he? Unbelievable defending from Nedeljkovic. And that will be a goal kick to Villa with seconds to go of the half. Just going to have a little peep at what's going on at the Walsall game. A couple more subs for Villa are being prepared. Walsall and Leicester, I don't think have taken a penalty yet. Oh my God. They have, and Walsall have missed both of theirs. I mean, Walsall have been terrible on penalties. Goodness me. Leicester scored the first. Walsall it's over. Oh my God. Walsall have missed all 3 of their penalties. Leicester scored all 3. How rarely do you see that? Ladies and gentlemen, Walsall, and in the shootout, missed all 3. Leicester scored all 3, and they lose 3-0. It's one of the rarest scorelines you ever see on penalties. That is absolutely dross from Walsall. To miss all 3? How on earth do you miss all 3? My man of the match today is Emi Buendia. I mean, I can't really choose anyone else, can I? In all fairness, it has to be. I think Emi Buendia has been top class today. He's done everything going forward and defensively. He's helped carried the ball forward. I think he's just been very good. And a captain today, which I don't think he's done at all before. But I think he played very well. Coming back from injury, I think he looks fine. Just what you want to see. The subs for Villa, by the way, since I last spoke, was Patterson on for Maatsen and Jimmo on for Buendia. Who do I want next round? Someone pissed, to be honest. Which you're probably not going to get in the nicest way. Let's have a look then. Oh, hang on. They're going to give man of the match to Buendia. Yep. I mean, who's surprised? No one. Looking at the winners: Chelsea, City, Spurs, Brighton, Man United, Sheffield Wednesday, probably. That'd be a shout so far. Brentford, Southampton, Preston, Palace, Stoke. All gone through, as well as this evening, Leicester now, and, well, probably now Aston Villa. I think Villa, a home game against Sheffield Wednesday. I'll take that. Or Stoke. Home. You want a home game, and you want it to be a team like that. We all know it's Man United. We might as well not even turn up. Just give us Man United away. It's fine. We get it every couple of years. We always get United. Lovely combination, by the way, with Borland. Slightly a poor pass there to Broggio, and it is a throw in to Wycombe. So yeah, it's always bloody United, isn't it? How you doing, Paul? It says, nice one, AJ. Go watch along up the Villa. And Aaron Day says, good stuff. Keep it up with the Villa. Well, thank you guys for your nice comments. It's always bloody United. It is. We always get United, don't we? I Sport Villa says, K Young played good tonight and up the Villa. Yeah, guys, let me know, who would you choose? Like I said, the obvious ones are Preston, Sheffield Wednesday, and Stoke. So it's probably going to be out of that. You obviously want to play at home. So I think, I mean, Stoke or Wednesday, you'd imagine. I think Sheffield Wednesday would be the one I would choose. Oh, chance for a late goal for Wycombe. Oh, they missed. Goodness me. McCleary, who had their best chance of the game, has another really decent chance, to be honest, and he drags it wide. Fuck. I mean, Leicester's a shout too, I guess. Especially because they couldn't beat Walsall at home. Sorry, Walsall away. They had to beat them on penalties. So I suppose Leicester's a decent shout too. I remember Villa's terrible record with Leicester for a long time. The camera now pans to Kone missing a chance. What's going on? They're showing replays of McCleary, and then the camera pans to... Oh, don't tell me it was Bogard. Bogard gave it away. Goodness me, Bogard. What is Bogard doing? Kone should have scored. Southampton won't be too bad. I mean, you wouldn't complain with Southampton at home as well, would you? Goodness me. Now, what are we doing, lads? Seconds to go of the game. And they've scored, for fuck's sake. Kone makes it 2-1. I mean, what on earth are we playing at? Honestly, the back line is honking. It's a goal back for Wycombe because we're pissing about. It's Swinkles letting the ball bounce. I genuinely don't know what we're doing. You as a centre-back, never let the ball bounce. And then Bogard tries to take the ball away. Tries to control it. Then he loses the ball and the shot is thumped in from Kone. What are we doing? Wycombe 1, Aston Villa 2. I mean, we're over the 4 minutes of added time. But this absolute shite from Villa. Such an unnecessary goal to concede. Patterson comes on and oops, says Flapcap. I mean, that's just terrible. And supports iSport Villa says Joe Gauchi played good in goal. He did, but he'd been let down by his defence a tad, and that is full time. Villa through to the next round. I mean, if you're part of that defence, you can't expect to be anywhere near the Villa first team anytime soon. I mean, other than Maatsen, the only person I think who could hold his head in any kind of good light today, I think Swinkles, Bogard, and Nedeljkovic. Nedeljkovic lesser of the other two. I just think Swinkles and Bogard just were quite poor today at centre back. Started well. I think Swinkles had glimpses of playing well, but it's just silly mistakes like that. You can't let the ball bounce like that. It's just really poor. Really, really poor. iSport Villa says we need to play all the first team next round. And I'm gonna end it there. I'm gonna make a quick video about this game as well. And thank you all for watching. I'll be there away to Ipswich Town. Hopefully we get another 3 points up the Villa.